Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
There we go.
Activated charcoal is a big one, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I want to jump more into the dating sides of things because that's where your specialty is. That's what you're always helping people do, right? So before I ask specific tactical questions for dating and shit for people watching, right? How did you get into the info product space and create a digital product to mentor and also coach guys?
Yeah, well, I started, I literally, like I mentioned before, the first book I wrote was an info product. I had friends like 5 years prior who were email marketers, copywriters, info product guys. So I was kind of familiar with the concepts. Yeah. I understood what all that stuff was before I ever got into the space. Okay. Which is interesting for me because I think a lot of people don't even know that world exists. Maybe in America they do. In Australia they don't. Like the idea of like a copywriter is like, what the hell's a copywriter? Like no one, I don't know. I never knew anyone in Australia who had heard of what a copywriter even was when I was growing up. You know, but Americans know all that stuff because Americans are like all very entrepreneurial. I find that interesting. But yeah,
culture in a way.
It's a very different culture. Yeah, it's a very entrepreneurial culture. And yeah, so I sort of started with that intent. Once I kind of saw that there was an opportunity there. I was like, well, okay, I have all this experience and all this knowledge, and no one else is really teaching this, especially a dude with my experience. There's a lot of women in like the sexual education space online, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but unfortunately they're very lovey-dovey in the way they teach. It's all about like healing and love and chakras and getting in touch with your inner feminine. And no, none of that shit. Get your dick out and fucking be a man. Like none of that shit's gonna help you as a dude. I personally don't think any of that shit's
I'm on the same page as you.
Like, you know, it's not. we're not. Fuck her like a caveman. You know, fuck her like a Roman legionnaire coming back from the Teutoburg forest who just slaughtered a bunch of, you know, barbarians, and now he's come home to take his wife. That's
that motherfucker.
That's the kind of like character you want to embody with your missus, because that's how she wants to be taken.
Very true.
She doesn't want like lovey-dovey rose petals like gently laying you down onto the pillow, like, oh, can I touch your hair? No, that's gonna dry her up.
Very true. I want to attach my own input too, because I used to be a guy that watched Red Pill content online a few years ago, not that long ago. I got introduced to the space through Fresh and Fit.
Yep.
They were the guys that kind of connected me to people like Sneeko. We filmed together a while ago, and from there, things with the podcast and stuff like that has taken off. But back then, like, I was watching their content, trying to learn shit. Because I was always like more of like the nerd side person in high school. I was studying crypto. I was positioning myself. I could see the future that people didn't see, and I was always fucking like, I don't want to say discredited, but like pushed aside a little bit. I wasn't a fucking full-on nerd. I was cool with the cool kids, cool with the nerds, back and forth type thing. But I never had that much success with girls and dating when I was in like middle school and the beginning parts of high school. And it always pissed me off. Obviously, right? But going back to your point where girls don't want to be treated as like lovey-dovey, like fucking Mr. Nice Guy. They don't. Like in my mind, I want to hear your opinion too. In my mind, you want to have a good balance of the kind, sweet side, but not afraid to fucking turn on that aggressive side. I don't want to say aggressive, but assertive side.
Yeah.
And dominant side, where she knows you can fucking pick her up or do some shit to get her really turned on really quickly. Yeah. I think it's a very good balance, because if you're just that guy that's only assertive or only, I don't know the right word to describe it. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I know exactly what you're trying to say. The guy that doesn't have any of that like loving, caring side to him is like the guy who is like the psychopath.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
He's the guy who like robs the convenience store.
Yeah.
But what you said, that loving, nurturing side, you only really have the leeway to show that to a woman after you've already established to her that you have that dominant side where you can set boundaries, enforce boundaries, lead, protect, keep us like all these are all the things that keep her panties wet, by the way, right? And then because women have this sort of paradox where they want the guy who can like, you know, strangle a bear with his bare hands, And they also want the guy who will look after her.
Princess treatment.
Like, or will buy her flowers. And that's the kind of dichotomy. I mean, men have a similar dichotomy. We have the Madonna whore complex.
Yeah.
Right, where we want the marry the virgin, but we lust after the whore.
Yeah.
And that's kind of human nature.
I believe so as well.
We have these two sides to us. We have a light side and a dark side. And yeah, with men they make maybe they don't make the mistake deliberately, but I feel like they've been convinced. At least our generation, or I mean, would be millennial or Zoomer?
I'm 23, so whatever that is.
You'd be Zoomer, I think. Yeah, I'm millennial, you're Zoomer. Like, that's 2 generations minimum. Actually, and my brother's at Generation Gen X. That's like at least 3 generations of people telling men from day one, be a nice guy, be a nice guy. Like, oh, don't be toxically masculine. Don't be this guy over here who actually turns women on. Don't be that. No, women don't want that. They want lovey-dovey guy over here who can be easily manipulated, who can be taken advantage of, who will be divorce raped, all this kind of stuff. So guys are coming to these spaces like the Red Pill space or whatever, or my channel or whatever. They're coming there because, well, they've done all this stuff for like 20, 30 years.
No results.
And nothing worked. So what else is there to lose? Let's try something else. And lo and behold, so the something else actually gets results.
I think it's pretty funny. It's a shame though, because
it is a shame.
It's a shame because most people are, whether it is dating stuff related or even just general information, we're always taught bullshit, and then it takes that own self-education to unleash the freedom that you always want.
Completely, yeah. I mean, that's the difference between like a normie,
yeah,
and someone who's successful, right?
Exactly.
They question the narrative. They're disagreeable to a large degree. There's a strong correlation between success and disagreeableness, right?
True.
I think I'm quoting Jordan Peterson there, which is a bit unfortunate these days.
Fucking weak as
He's
fuck.
kind of gone off the off the deep end a little bit these days.
Yeah.
But regardless, that one point he made was actually true. He needs to get back to cleaning his room.
Yeah, besides him crying on camera and shit.
Besides all that,
Ridiculous.
That's
Okay.
another thing. I would never. I don't think men should cry in front of their women and stuff like that. I think that's
The only time I see it semi-okay is if it's actually something serious, like a parent dies.
yeah,
Or
like
something like that.
like a family member dying or a dog.
Yeah.
I think the dog is acceptable.
Not the cat.
Not a cat. Not a cat. Fuck cats. No. Men shouldn't have cats. Cats are stupid. The only acceptable cat is a barn cat, in my opinion, because at least it catches mice and does something for like if you have a farm.
Yeah. It's helping you at least.
It's helping, like a dog can again, this is a bit controversial. I think dogs should only be like useful breeds.